Hello, friends. Welcome back to Rose Tarot and Astrology. I am your host, Mel Rose, and today is Wednesday, January 15, 2025. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for checking in on your regular current astrology. I hope you're all feeling very happy and well. So the sun is in Capricorn today and the moon is in Leo. But before we get into all of that, please take a moment to like the video, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and say something in the comments below. Say hello to me so I can say hello back to you when I see it, okay? All right, so the sun is in Capricorn, and this really has our minds, our outward focused lives focused on our ambitions, those bigger goals we have for more security, for bigger, better things for ourselves. Uh, uh, Focused on those material goals and the work that it's going to take to get there. Okay, so it's a very hard work vibe. It's a very putting your head down and putting in sweat equity to get what it is that you want out of life. And with Mercury also in Capricorn, then that's where our thoughts and our plans are. That's where our minds are, is on those bigger goals and the work that we have to do, those collaborations when we're having conversations with other people. It's a lot about what we're trying to do, right? So it's important in Capricorn to know when to ease off the gas pedal. Okay, Capricorn has a reputation for not knowing when to take a break or not knowing when to ease up on the work that they're doing. And the moon was full on Monday, but it is now a waning moon. So this is a time to really be pausing and reassessing, not just the ambitions that we have, like what our greater goals are, but the work that we're doing and how effective it is to get us where we're going. Okay, so when we get past the full moon, the next 2 weeks are going to be waning moon. We have to reflect on how it went for us, culminating those last bit of goals that we did, and figure out what you could have done without. Figure out what it is that you no longer need, or what is no longer working for you to try to get to your goals. Maybe something was inefficient, or maybe some part of it just really slowed you down or made you feel like you weren't being as effective as you thought that you could be. So it's a good time to reflect on those things and just reassess how we go about meeting those goals. The moon is in Leo, and that's really a time to shine, to be our golden self, to give appreciation, to take appreciation, of course. But the moon is, not the moon, the Leo is ruled by the sun. So it's like the moon is in the sun's sign right now. And so it might not be all that comfortable to say exactly what it is that's in your heart, but the sun and Leo are all about self-expression. And so that's what the moon in Leo asks us to do, is to express ourselves. And that waning moon might be expressing ourselves in terms of that stuff that didn't work for us, or I'm really happy that I culminated this goal, I'm really happy that I achieved this, but there are some things that I would do differently. So we're starting to reflect on what we would like to do differently and what we maybe can do without. And that brings me to the sun opposition to Mars, which you see sort of across the middle of the chart there. And the sun's opposition to Mars indicates some power struggles, okay? Some conflicts around boundaries, and this can be on the global level, but it can also be on the personal level. The sun and Mars are both personal planets. And this is a time of really, if we had a boundary drawn and we had to reassess the boundary, or the boundary got broken for some reason, then we're redrawing our lines. We're redrawing our boundaries. We remember why it is that we have those boundaries in the first place, and we're able to state them out loud and sort of make it apparent to the people in the world where our lines are, what not to cross, right? So, this is following on the heels of Mars having been opposite to Pluto for quite some time, and it's still in technical opposition. So I have a dotted line there between Mars and Pluto, because they're not in opposite signs any longer. Pluto is in Aquarius, and that opposite sign is Leo. But Mars is now retrograde in Cancer. So it's going to, when it goes direct again and goes back into Leo, it's going to have a third exact opposition to Pluto. So we're not through the Mars opposite Pluto struggle bus yet. And I really want to say that, that's been sort of the foundation of a lot of conflict. That was really at the foundation of a lot of the violence that you've seen over the end of the last year and at the beginning of this year, was that Mars opposition to Pluto. And we're still feeling that. We still have things that are sort of riling up that energy. And with the sun opposite to Mars now and approaching a conjunction with Pluto, we're gonna like feel that activated again and some more. We're gonna see more violence crop up. We're gonna see more aggressive behavior on the part of people. We're gonna see people engaged in power struggles. And I want to encourage you to notice where you might be engaged in power struggles with other people. And I'm never gonna say just don't be in a power struggle, right? But you really make an assessment for yourself of whether it's necessary and whether it's really good for you to maintain a struggle, against somebody who wants some sort of power in the situation. Okay, just really give yourself a clarity of thought, journal it, talk it out with somebody so that you understand why you're in this struggle and why it's important to stay in the struggle, or maybe why it's not important to stay in the struggle, and maybe we'll just let this person feel like they've won so that I don't have to struggle with them anymore, right? And then the other thing that's happening on the page is this yellow line that goes across the chart. That's Mercury in a quincunx to Jupiter. Quincunx is an adjustment energy. It can go positive or it can go negative. It's not necessarily conflict, but it's pretty close. It has the potential for conflict, okay? So Mercury in a quincunx with Jupiter, it's really, Jupiter's about those bigger, better things that we can imagine for ourselves: a higher education, more travel, a bigger, doing bigger business, doing bigger things in the world. And we want to adjust the message, like our words, the way we speak, the way we plan, the way we create and collaborate with other people to match or to be aligned with those bigger, better ideas we have for ourselves and others. Okay, so if you have higher aspirations, if you have more faith in humanity than your message is suggesting, or if you just have more faith in yourself and the universe to help you get those bigger, better things that you want for yourself and the people around you, then let your words reflect that. All right, I would say let's not be too cynical with our words. Think about where we're being cynical. Think about where we might be limiting ourselves with the words that we are saying, and try to adjust the way you express that to align with that bigger, better idea you have with yourself. And that is all I have for you today. Friends, coming up on Friday, we're going to discuss the sun in a sextile with Neptune. We're going to discuss that Venus-Saturn conjunction that's coming up this Saturday. And of course, then the sun moves on into Aquarius on Sunday. So I can't wait to talk with you all about that. And I will see you in the next video on Friday. Bye-bye.